The mysteries of Mount Hermon in biblical and Islamic traditions. Mount Hermon is a significant mountain in the Bible, mentioned multiple times in both the Old and New Testaments. It is located on the border of modern-day Syria and Lebanon, with its southern slopes extending into Israel. In ancient times, Mount Hermon was associated with Canaanite and later Greco-Roman pagan worship, including Baal worship. Some traditions suggest it was a dwelling place of fallen angels in Genesis 6 verses 1-4, linked to the apocryphal Book of Enoch. Mount Hermon is often linked to the story of the fallen angels in ancient Jewish traditions, particularly in the Book of Enoch, though the Bible itself does not explicitly make this connection. The Book of Enoch and the Fallen Angels. The Book of Enoch, 1 Enoch 6-7, a non-canonical Jewish text, describes how 200 fallen angels, led by Shemihaza, or Samyaza, descended upon Mount Hermon. These angels, called the Watchers, made a pact to take human wives and teach forbidden knowledge to mankind, like weapon-making, magic, and astrology. Their union with human women produced the Nephilim, a race of giants mentioned in Genesis 6 verses 1-4. The Bible speaks of the sons of God taking human wives and producing mighty offspring, often linked to the Nephilim. Though Genesis does not mention Mount Hermon directly, the Book of Enoch provides the missing detail that this event took place on the mountain. Mount Hermon was known for pagan worship, including Baal worship. Judges 3 verse 3. Some scholars suggest that when Jesus took his disciples to Caesarea Philippi, at the base of Mount Hermon, and declared, "The gates of hell shall not prevail," Matthew 16 verse 18, he was making a spiritual statement against demonic forces in a region associated with fallen angels. If the transfiguration, Matthew 17, took place on Mount Hermon, then Jesus was revealing his divine glory on the very mountain where fallen angels once rebelled. The Nephilim, offspring of the fallen angels. The Nephilim, often translated as giants, were the hybrid offspring of the fallen angels and human women. They were described as mighty warriors, and some believe they were the basis for later legends of demigods. According to Enoch, the Nephilim were violent, consuming human flesh and causing chaos. This widespread corruption led to God sending the Great Flood, Genesis 6 verses 5-7. Mount Hermon and Jesus, reclaiming the territory. In Matthew 16 verses 13-19, Jesus takes his disciples to Caesarea Philippi, which was at the base of Mount Hermon. This region was known for pagan worship, including shrines to Pan and Baal. There, Jesus declares, "Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." Mount Hermon is not explicitly mentioned in the Quran or mainstream Islamic traditions, but some connections can be made through Islamic esoteric traditions and historical geography. Possible connection to the story of the fallen angels, Harut and Marut. In Surah Al-Baqarah, 2:102, the Quran speaks about two angels, Harut and Marut, who were sent to test humanity in Babylon. These angels taught magic but warned people against using it. Some Islamic scholars and mystics have linked this to the fallen angels in Jewish and Christian traditions, though the Quran does not mention Mount Hermon in this context. Islamic esoteric traditions and jinn. Some Islamic mystical traditions suggest that Mount Hermon could be linked to supernatural beings such as jinn. In folk